El Dorado became Grand Inca after reuniting the three forces hidden in spacetime by Inca Huayna Capac. He now enjoys enormous prestige and rules over the four quarters of the empire, known as the Tawantinsuyu. The power of these four quarters extends across the galaxies. Only the Old Lands, where Aguirre the Conquistador is a high official, still refuses to join the Federation. El Dorado has reigned for many years over a peaceful empire, but recently serious problems began to develop at the same time as a strange and menacing asteroid appeared in orbit around the Earth. Interplanetary communications are becoming increasingly hazardous. A mysterious series of natural disasters has struck the Soyuz. In the face of this growing threat, El Dorado calls a council of sages made up of representatives from the four quarters of the empire. Young Atahualpa, son of El Dorado and Akla, is of age to participate in this council, and is greatly disturbed by the situation. He is not in sympathy with his father's thoughtful approach to this crisis, and is swept along by his youthful hot-headed passion. Once again, the events taking place reflect the prophecy of Wiracocha. Will young Prince Atahualpa be the new chosen hero destined to vanquish the evil forces led by Aguirre? Hello and welcome to the next live stream. This time we'll be tackling not Inca, but Inca 2, Wiracocha, the sequel. Around this time, Cocktail Vision was acquired by Sierra, the infamous company responsible for King's Quest, Space Quest, and the other lines of hard adventure games. So, the quality you'll be seeing in this version is going to be different. Very different. Anyway, let's not waste time and go.
Machu Picchu, capital of the Incan Empire.
I was waiting for you, Atahualpa. Are you ready for your initiation?
Hello, guard of the Wirachico!
Your father is waiting for you. Choose your test, physical or mental.
Yes, this time we're not playing El Dorado like Inca 1, but his son, Atahualpa, which is actually the name of the last Incan king in real life that was beheaded by the conquistadors. Anyway, here we're facing our basic tutorial for the game. We can either choose a physical test, which is just practicing space combat, and we'll get enough of that in the main game, or a mental test, which is solving a puzzle. But before we do anything, I want to show off the interface because, once again, it's different this time. We have settings, inventory, which can also be accessed with the right mouse button, the load, save, and quit menu, and the audio-visual setting. Like Inca 1, this also was on CD audio, which could be listened in your car or on a boombox, and it's set up like a 90s hi-fi system. Instead of a campy new age song with lyrics, however, we just get a theme song in MIDI this time. I don't know why they changed this. I guess they didn't have enough money for real musicians this time. waste your time. The base of this, in case anyone's wondering, is it allows the player to rewatch cutscenes that they've already watched. We're not going to need that this stream. So anyway, let's get on with this twist of logic. So here we got a stream of water, 2 statues, a guard, and a couple of gates. Now what do you suppose we need to do here? Well, if you look closely, there are actually holes in which to place this gutter to divert
it. It's not much of a clue.
No, it isn't. You're right about that, Atahualpa. Anyway, the statue is crying, and we have a feather. What do you do with a feather? You tickle someone with it. And yes, we right-click to put things in our inventory. And that's it. That's all we need to do to become one of the wise men.
El Dorado! I've succeeded!
Atahualpa, my son, I knew this test would be a mere formality for you. You are now worthy of attending the Council of the Wise Men. The danger is great. Follow me. These are the last pictures we received from the probe. It is likely that this asteroid is the source of the problems that we encounter in the territories of the Empire. Let's listen to Count Cartier, who has returned from the ancient lands. I assigned him to an intelligence-gathering mission. Count Cartier, it's your turn to speak now.
Thank you, El Dorado, O great Inca. The forces of the ancient lands have taken on control of the asteroid. The mastermind of the operation is no other than Lord Aguirre. He wants to scramble all communications between the territories of the Empire. He wants to enslave the entire Empire.
And what is it you suggest, stranger?
I am only a humble merchant, my prince. But the asteroid under Aguirre's control is more powerful than we are.
Quiet, you coward! Nothing is more powerful than the Incan Empire!
That's enough, Atahualpa. Your words are unacceptable. Leave immediately.
Atahualpa, your wrath is righteous. I do not trust Celt. He manipulates the great Inca. You must protect us.
But, Donna Angelina, wise woman of the South, I haven't power nor arms.
You do have the power and the Tumi. Your father's vessel is weakly protected. This royal vessel is the most powerful, sacred weapon of the Empire. You alone can act. You alone have the courage. Go ahead and triumph.
You've convinced me! My anger is great, but it will increase my strength. I will become the hero of the Empire. The Toomey stands on a rocky peak, but the guard has to be neutralized.
Alright, let me try to catch people who didn't see my previous stream up to speed. First up, by the Toomey, it refers to two things in this universe. Normally it would mean that kind of curved sacrificial knife the Incas used, but in this case, it's also the name of El Dorado's private golden spaceship. Yes, in both this and the previous game, the Incas had space traveling technology, which is not too dissimilar from the cartoon Mysterious Cities of Gold, which is partly why I made this stream in the first place. Second, two minor quibbles. Kelt, the man El Dorado was pointing out, his name is actually spelled K-E-L-T in the manual, which I did not know that was how it was until I actually read it, because obviously, unlike Inca 1, there's no subtitles. And second, Donna Angelina, the woman who just talked to Atahualpa, is described in the manual as a femme fatale of sorts, so might want to keep that in mind for later. And I gotta point this out. One man guarding a big badass spaceship? Yeah, I do think that is a bad form of security right there. And we're gonna see how it's exploited in just a bit. We actually integrated a lot of these characters and technology into a fanfic called a group on AO3 called The Cities of Living Gold, so check that out if you get time. So we gotta throw rocks here to distract this guard.
But my prince, you are too old for this.
Well, that clearly didn't work. But see these brackets here? We have to lay a trap to knock out this guard, and so first we gotta distract him without being seen. If I can find the right hotspot to click on.
At least, he can't see me from there. Nice joke.
Unfortunately, this was from the time period, just like Sierra, where you have puzzles but no clues how to solve them.
At least, he can't see me from there.
There, that did it.
At least, he can't see me from there.
And now... Alright, here we go. original ship in the first game was faster than this. Maybe it's weighed down by that bigger chassis around it. But that chassis is going to come in handy in a sec.
You are now in a zone controlled by Lord Aguirre. Your vessel is unidentified. State your identity. This is a violation of the space agreements. You will be inspected. Interceptors, take off immediately.
Okay, welcome to the heads-up display of the To-Me 2.0, as I call it. This time, we have a wider array of weapons at our disposal, and a much better targeting system. Where did you learn to fly, Atahualpa? Sorry about that, folks. Second time this happened this stream. I don't know why it disconnected. Must have been a network instability. At least this save system is more lenient than the password codes from Inca 1. Oh my god, this station is so far away. That's one caveat with this combat system I don't like. Everything is always hanging out around the edges. Yeah, the bottom left number is how far away we are from this station. I would use the joystick, the Logitech joystick I have, like I would with Inca 1, but I find the mouse more responsive.
Atahualpa, this is your father talking. The To-Me is under our control. We are going to transfer you aboard. You idiot! Do you realize you have just declared war on Aguirre? That's all he was waiting for. You fell right into his trap.
Check out the signals I'm picking up. This is going to be interesting.
Some cowards have attacked one of our space border outposts. It's an intolerable violation of our territory. They must be punished. I order all units to attack immediately. The counterattack was swift. I am taking the Toomey.
I have no choice. I must defend my ship. I am taking my fighter.
Atahualpa, you've made enough mistakes. Do not touch anything.
Alright, let me take a sec to get everyone back on board. Everyone's cool? Your chat's still working? Alright, so let me explain where we are. This huge ship, according to the manual, is Count Cartier's merchant ship, the Three Master. And Donna Angelina duped Atahualpa into starting a war with Aguirre, it seems. And if we know anything about this royal brat of a prince, you know he's not gonna listen.
This gate is locked. Strange.
Nice little picture of Earth right here. What's it? So let's cause some trouble.
Your father told you not to touch a thing. From space, the vessel looks like a Christmas tree. All right, I have disarmed the security system. You'll have to manage, but be careful. I really value my cargo. Our enemies are clever.
Defense system activated. Checkup in progress. Turrets inoperative. Ball and socket joints frozen.
I think that's a common translation convention of misinterpreting frozen as what should be the word jammed instead. No, that's not quite Delan, the computer from the other ship. But since Kel turned off the security system, we can now go in here and see what his cargo is. Vodka, it seems. And if he is a merchant, then who is he transporting this to? One wonders. Oh, a crowbar just hiding behind this pipe. And it looks like this is where the lubricant goes. You can shortcut click to the inventory with the right mouse.
Wow! Enough to perk up the spirits of a whole army battalion.
We only picked up one bottle, by the way. Well, since we don't have any grease or anything, I guess we lubricate these turrets with vodka.
This will do just fine.
I'm getting the feeling that the original game had this magical feel to it, just like the other show, and I think this time they're trying to take a more serious approach. See, a setup like this is so Solaris, like the anime. All it's missing is the levers up here. So now that the, quote, lube is in place, let's turn this thing on.
Wow! This old thing really heats up! It might be best to take care of this thermometer now. Hey, but wait, I can't do it all. If you let it heat up, everything will explode. The turrets are working now. I have other more urgent problems.
At last, I can now do something. I can fight.
I was hoping to pan around the cabin a little more, but I forgot. Oops. There's like an old-fashioned fan on the floor, too, and a globe. Anyway, there's two turrets here. I'm more partial to the one in front, because I would think it'd provide more coverage, so... Who's up for another shooting section?
Two daggers are flying toward you, Atahualpa. No! By Inti, a dagger in my heart! No! My son, you are too young to leave this earth with the spirits! My wrath will descend upon you, you miserable creature!
Mayday! Mayday! Somebody's waiting for me! I've lost control of everything!
Celt! They killed my son! My flesh and blood!
So now Kelt's in trouble because his ship malfunctioned and we have to save him with the grapnel. A tractor beam, basically. Now we could do something.
Are you nuts? Use the grapnel!
Energy on auxiliary. Imminent crash. Approach zone evaluated. Cartographic report available on screen.
Give me the controls and take the computer. You will chart the way. I am familiar with this zone, but I have always landed here by sight. We'll try to land here. Mark the waterhole west of the zone.
So now we get to play Mendoza and mark the
Go up to the valley and head northeast for about 160 miles.
route down to Earth. We were on Earth, in case anyone was unsure.
Then, cross the pass, east-southeast, about 100 miles. Then bypass the peak by going south and continue for 150 miles.
I've played puzzles like this in educational games by Dorling Kindersley before.
You must be aligned with a waterhole at 330 to the east. That's the target. Let me check. Bravo, El Dorado. Let's just hope that we will get there.
Yes, the Toomey just happens to have a crash mode for autopilot. This was released in about 93, so that's some interesting CGI they got going on.
Phew! The landing was rough. We are not too far from a friend's hideout. 2 walking days from here is a scientist who observes the stars.
That's fortunate. The Toomey is damaged a little. Let's go.
After 2 days of marching under a blazing sun,
What a surprise, Kelt Cartier. What brings you to your old friend Yuna?
I'd like to introduce you to El Dorado, the great Inca. We've got a problem.
Welcome, my lord. How may I help you?
An asteroid has moved close to Earth. There is a little...
Yes, I've seen it, of course.
Aguirre took it over. He wants to use its power to become master of the world. We must destroy this asteroid. Can you help us?
Yes, of course. I have some tools that allow us to analyze any celestial body. They are connected to these sail antennas. Direct an antenna toward the asteroid with this remote control.
So we need to just adjust this so that gray ball is in the center.
There. It's done. But what is that for?
This will help us locate the weaker points of the asteroid. Your asteroid is in a rapid evolution phase, during which it stores an enormous amount of energy, and Aguirre can use this energy. To destroy the asteroid, you have to lay down 3 great sources of energy on 3 planets.
El Dorado, the energy of your legendary powers should be sufficient, isn't it?
Yes, I hope. 3 planets. Which ones? When will we know more about this?
In about 2 weeks, if this is all the computer is doing.
And why isn't it already running?
Jeez, the sass.
That's good. But until then we must get the Toomey back in working condition.
Yes, for now. We are stuck here on the ground.
I think I'll be able to help you once more. There's a locomotive over there. There are some rails left. It should be able to bring the Toomey back here. Follow me. I don't know if it still works.
Huh. A conveniently placed steam train. All this advanced technology, and now we're dealing with 19th century stuff all of a sudden.
It's a miracle. There is some oil left.
So first we need to unjam this throttle. open that valve. I like the no El Dorado alert from the first game better because it was like he was telling himself that. This one doesn't really make any sense.
It must not have been used for a long time. It's completely frozen.
Again, they mean rusted or jammed. But oil's not going to be enough. We need something to actually pry it. Okay, so the valve's open. We just need to, yeah, get the ignition going.
We're under attack! Kelt, help me pilot this machine! We must flee!
I think I missed a cutscene by right-clicking. Oops. Alright, I take back what I said. We have to stop these ground ships from blowing up the ship represented by this line, and we have to do it in a span of less than 2 minutes. We're in basically an on-rail shooter, get it? We're not actually destroying these ships, just pushing them. The irony is, for a train sequence, they didn't render any rails.
We chased them away, but they'll be back. We'll be safe. Look! A tunnel or a cave. The rails go straight toward it. I know the place, but I've never been able to explore it.
I bet that some gold prospectors have squatted here.
There are remnants of a desk, but who could have used it?
I'm going to search this way. Let's split up to cover more ground.
Alright, time for another adventure sequence. These are few and far between. As far as I know, the next game Cocktail Vision made was like a box standard sci-fi shooter called The Last Dynasty, where every stop was just a cutscene. Anyway, got lots of stuff here.
Better not drink it. It might be useful later.
There's a safe over there, but we don't know the combination yet, so let's look over here instead. Right, first we gotta cut this rope that's holding this filing cabinet shut.
It's so rusted. It doesn't fit in the lock anymore.
Well, a rusty key, how do you fix that? Well, just rub it in the sand, of course. Now look at that. Since we're in Australia, of course this is a plan for some kind of boomerang. But look down here. We know where that goes. I keep imagining being... A lot of fans say that this is the one place the Empire of Mu never visited. There's no City of Gold in Australia. So this kind of place is the closest thing I can think of it. Just some hidden Muan outpost. Okay, El Dorado made the right move not drinking this.
Incredible! These are the blueprints of a vessel. Slightly archaic.
Yes, it's the famous boomerang, the vessel of a lost civilization. According to legend, it is easy to build and is very effective in combat. We have 2 weeks to fix the Toomey. My vessel has been destroyed. Thanks to these blueprints, I think I'll be able to build one by then.
2 weeks later, in Yuma's hideout.
Not bad, my estimate. 13 days. Look, in this memory crystal, I've written the coordinates of the planets where you must lay down your powers. These coordinates are not very precise. You'll have to improvise on the spot. When laid down, the powers will form a triangle. The asteroid will be the center of it, and it will explode. Yes, Kelt?
The Toomey is okay, and I think I'll be able to test the boomerang tonight.
I have something important to tell you. Listen carefully, Kelt. I am ordering you to go back to Cusco. You will show this letter to the Council. I appoint you Chief Commander of the Empire's armies. You will build many boomerangs, train pilots, while I'll lay down the powers. Let's meet in the vicinity of the last planet. I will surely need help.
I am always willing to help, my lord.
I must go now. Thank you, and good luck. So long. Hope for a better world.
So long, my lords.
Yeah, did anyone catch that weird inflection in Kel's voice? Feels like almost like he was hiding something. So anyway, As Una said, we have a data crystal for the planets to go to. And this is the only non-linear part of the game. We can go to either point A or B. Now I gotta warn the audience, these two planets are, I think, where the least trained actors were, like where the company just ran out of money for good dubbing. This one is worse, so I'm gonna just get it out of the way first. And in between there's a shooting section, of course, so be ready for that. Look, here's Rock in the background. And this is far worse than Cities of Gold Season 1. They at least tried some kind of emotion.
Atahualpa, my beloved son. You'd still be there with me if you hadn't gone mad. Sadness and anger shouldn't distract me away from my objective. I have to put down the first power.
Since I'm being petty, watch this. What? That didn't hit anything.
Bienvenido, El Dorado. Look at me for the last time. I am Captain Diego de Almagro. Prepare to meet the same fate as your son.
It was you then, miserable assassin!
That was the guy we weren't able to kill during the turret section. Oh my god, I'm actually getting dizzy with this spinning. Come on. That got him.
You've destroyed these two cretins and my vessel is damaged. You were lucky this time. Hasta la vista, El Dorado.
If I chased him all the way to his lines, I'd calm my anger by destroying this vermin and his regiment. I'll weaken Aguirre's army for the coming battles, and I'll avenge my son. If I repress my anger, I'll speed up the destruction of the asteroid. By Inti, should I fight?
Alright, let me explain something here. First off, El Dorado just broke the fourth wall and talked to the player. Now, here's the thing. The end of the game has this climactic battle by the asteroid, and there's like over 100 NPCs around it. In between each of the planets are these side quests that are these other battles of Aguirre's goons, and if you take them, there will be less people at the asteroid in the final battle. Now, the thing is, I've beaten these battles, but I know they're not worth watching. So, I'm just going to show a little of what they are, and then load to the planet, like I did with Inca 1.
MC2, display the battlefield map so that we can plan a strategy.
Contact. Enemy regiment, 3 stations. Heavy armament, gravitational shield. Each transporting 1,500 men, 20 tactical vessels. Proposed strategy. Destroy stations before the tactical vessels take off. Beware of the surveillance interceptors flying right now. Cannon and missiles are not effective against the shield around the stations. The bomb destroys everything in its range, but does not pierce the shields. Only the torpedo will penetrate the station's defenses.
So this tactical map can actually be brought up in-game using F8, like F10 does cursor mode. You can select them manually too, and zoom, and even play out a simulation as well. So let's take a little peek.
Dog, you are going to die.
Yeah, see him? Alright, so for this puzzle we have to get up this cliff. And we have a lot of items to do that with.
The peg is set, but it will not hold any weight.
If it's not obvious what we're doing, we need to rappel up this cliff, and we can use this boulder as a counterweight.
It's too heavy and stiff. I'll never make it.
This here seems like something the characters of MCOG would actually do. So we attach the rope to this to make it
This end is too smooth to attach the rope. I can be proud of my little invention. The root must hold.
Alright, so we're properly roped up. Now we dislodge the rock. Oh. 3, brace yourselves, this is bad.
Welcome, noble soldier. Be prepared. I am taking you to your destination. But let's pray first. We are going to need the gods' help. Find the best prayers to win the trust of the gods.
Yeah, season 2 of the show was better than this. Anyway, this puzzle looks cryptic, but just watch closely. Each of these prayer wheels turn in a certain direction, but some of them are different than the others. We need to turn only the ones that spin different from the rest.
Keep it, El Dorado. The gods never give useless presents. This is a Triton, a sacred place. The storm rumbles. The gods are calling me. Find a way to be worthy of their benevolence once more.
I don't know how much that actor was paid, but it's gotta be less than $50. It's a shame I wasn't able to get the better French version. So the game's trying to tell us that we're in like Tibet or Shangri-La, like the end of Season 2. On second thought, I think I'll just end the stream here before another disruption happens. When we come back, I'll have figured out how this puzzle works. See you, everyone.